What to do, YouTube? It's your boy Brain coming back at you guys with another video, and today we are gonna be saying goodbye to this beautiful HP Pavilion Gaming computer. It has been good while it lasted, but next week I am actually rebuilding my computer. I'm getting a new motherboard, a new case, I'm getting a new power supply, and something else. I'm forgetting a new cooler. So I am getting a couple new things. I'm going to be PC swapping the whole thing, and I'll make sure I'm making a video of that for you guys. But in the meantime, I wanted to make this video for you guys now, the overall overview. I had this computer for 2 years now. I did release the first video December 21st, 2020, I think. And so now, 2 years later, I want to give a little review over it. And I'm not even getting rid of this computer because it's bad. It's because I made damage to it. And you guys can see, this front panel and side panel are messed up. So that was my fault. So I'm not really even getting rid of this because of, because the computer was bad. It was more because I made a mistake and dropped the case here. So I wanted to do some revamping. But now let's get into the overview of this computer. All right, guys, so we split this up into 5 different parts. The 5 different parts are gonna be the parts in the computer. We're gonna have the price. We're gonna have the gaming, like how the gaming side of this worked, the streaming and video making, and then the overall conclusion of the whole computer. And let's get into the parts here first. All right, a little thing before we start. I'm just gonna be talking about this computer in general as if you would buy it now. This is not with my little parts and pieces in it. I will be talking about the stuff with my parts and pieces in it too, but this is just, I just want to specify that I'm talking about this before, I put the upgraded stuff into it. So let's get into those parts here. We start off with 8 gigabytes of RAM. You have 256 gigabytes of SSD. You had a Erica motherboard, which is actually just an HP motherboard. It's not, you can't actually find it. I try to look it up on PC Part Picker and stuff like that, but you can't actually find it because it's just one of those HP builds that, they had. You have an AMD Ryzen 5 3500 processor, and you also have a 1650 Super, the NVIDIA GeForce 1650 Super. Now, with my upgrades that I put in this computer, I have 16 gigabytes of RAM that I put in the computer. So now, it has 16 gigabytes. I added 8. And then I also bought a hard drive. I think it was a Seagate hard drive. Both of these things will be linked in the description below. I would really recommend getting these things when getting the computer. The hard drive was $47.99. Right now it's $47.99. And the RAM is $46.99. I looked it up right before this video so I can make sure that you guys have the prices for it. Now we're going to be getting into the price. So for the price, the computer was pretty good. When I first bought the computer, it was $600. Okay, $600 isn't too bad. After me upgrading it, it's $700. So it wasn't a big gap. A $700 computer really isn't too bad for all the specs that I do have with it now. Now, while saying that, this is a great option for having a budget computer. But if you do not want to touch your inside of your computer, like how I do, I like messing with my computer. I love messing with the computer, unplugging things and plugging back in and figuring out what's wrong and what's right. If you're not like that, I would not recommend getting this computer because you do have to upgrade that RAM and you do have to upgrade that storage. And if you're not going to want to do that, then I would not recommend buying this. Now, if you're like me, you're somebody that wants to get, building computers, have fun with it. I'm actually a cybersecurity major just doing through college. And that's why, I took a little hiatus on the YouTube videos, but I do like, testing with the computers. Like I was saying though, it does have a lot of good parts that you can use, like the 1650 Super. That's a good graphics card. It does give you some SSD, something that you're going to switch out down the line, power supply, all that stuff. It's things that you're going to switch out down the line, but it does give you a good computer to start off with, a good CPU and GPU to start off with. So that's why basically I got this computer, and it was really budget. It's really a budget computer, and that's what I was looking for. I needed that budget computer. So overall, in my opinion, yes, it is a good budget computer, but if you are not looking to put your hands inside the computer and spend that extra $100, then no, it is not a good computer because you're not going to be able to play most of the games you want, like Rust and things like that. You need 12 gigabytes of RAM. And that's, you know, with 8, you're not going to have as good graphics, FPS, everything like that. You're not going to have that. So like I said, yes, it is a good budget computer for the price, but if you're not going to go inside and you don't want to build your computer, stuff like that, no, it would not be a good option. Alright guys, so now for the gaming portion of this computer. Honestly, I haven't had any problems running any games with this computer at all, really. Valorant runs perfect. Warzone has always run perfect. Call of Duty, any of the Call of Duties have always run perfect. So really, I haven't had a problem at all with the gaming on this computer. If you guys do have a problem with it, you guys should let me know in the comment section below and tell other people about it. But I have never had a problem with it, so for the gaming side, I give it a big check mark. Alright guys, now for the fourth part, streaming and video making. This is where a little bit of the shakiness comes. I haven't had too many problems with this at all, really. All my streams have been really good. Phasmophobia runs really good. Valorant runs really good. Most of the Call of Duties run really good. But now when we're running into like the Warzone, stuff like that, I do get a little shaky sometimes. I do get a little stuttery. So I do want to warn you guys about that. It has stuttered for me. I've had a little bit of problems streaming Warzone, Call of Duty, not Call of Duty multiplayer, but just the Warzone side. It has been pretty, you know, shaky for me. Big battle royale games usually are pretty shaky for that computer. I'm going to be honest. Warzone I really haven't played too many of those big battle royales, but I would assume that games like that have a lot of people in it, I mean, do tend to make the game lag. But when you're streaming that, you know, it is, you want the game to be clear, and it's not going to be all the time with the Warzone. I wasn't having a problem with it this weekend, but sometimes I did run into an issue with that. Most of the time I don't though, but that's just something to look into, you know, look forward just in case. I mean, I want to warn you guys before you guys get the computer if you do. Now for the video editing and stuff like that, everything with the video editing side has been perfect. I've actually got a MacBook now, so I've been editing on that a lot. But before, I mean, video editing wasn't too bad. Things do render a little bit slower than normal. Not the best for video editing, but I didn't also have a good software or anything like that. So maybe if, you know, maybe if I would have done that a little bit more, you know, spent some money on some video editing software, it would have been a little bit different. But I did not do that, so I do not know too much. But in my opinion, it hasn't been too bad. I video edit and I make thumbnails and stuff like that, and nothing has ever lagged or, you know, got distorted or anything like that. So in my opinion, the streaming video quality has been pretty good with this computer. I don't know, it's kind of shaky, but it's not too bad overall. And finally, for the overall conclusion of this computer, would I buy it? Would I not buy it? Is it good for you? All those questions. Yes, overall, like I said, I do love this computer. You know, I've had it for 2 years. Like I said, I wouldn't even be, you know, flipping it out for my other computer if I didn't have to, you know, if I didn't break this case like that, you know, because it was my own fault though, not the computer's fault. Overall though, the computer has done really good for me. I haven't had any problems. My brother actually bought the same computer and he's loved it. Same thing, you know, I installed the parts for him and stuff like that. The new upgrades, the same 2 things that I told you guys to buy, worth $100, and he loves it, you know, and he doesn't want to upgrade it yet because it's been running really well for him. So my opinion, yes, it would be a really good computer. Budget computer, yes, but if you do not want to put your hands in it, like I said before, you know, I would stay away from it and try to buy another build that has the, you know, the PC parts that you want in it already. But just something to tell you guys, if you're buying a computer, you're definitely going to put your hands in it at some point. So, you know, just know that and take that with a grain of salt also. So maybe this is the step for you to, you know, get you into the computer building side, because it does have a couple good parts, a couple things like that. But overall, yes, good computer overall. Alright guys, that will be it for this video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new. We are on the road to 1,000 and we're going to get there one day. We're at 300 right now, but we're going to get there one day. We're getting there. But like I said, if you guys did like this video, hit the like button, subscribe. If you guys have any video ideas, we are going to be getting the new computer, and that will be the video next week. So look forward to that. Besides that though, we're going to be making videos with the new computer, definitely, for sure, because I'm going to be loving that thing, trying to stream on that, everything with that. But thank you guys so much for watching this one, and I'll see you.